This video is brought to you by my two books, Practical Music Theory for the Rock Guitarist and The Blues Guitar Bible. Want to learn about modes, harmony, scales, chord substitution and keys? Or maybe you're interested in supercharging your blues guitar rhythm and lead chops. Whatever you're interested in, I guarantee you will be hitting the fast lane to progress with either of these works. Both feature video demonstrations and tutorials, loads of tabs and jam tracks to play along with, and I promise you, everything is explained in crystal clear plain English. Check out the links in the description for more details. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. That rather tuneful and tasty melodic and simple solo is the second Gary Moore solo that I ever got under my belt. The first one was from the song Empty Rooms, the first version of it, the best version of it, frankly, and that appears on Gary's Victims of the Future album, which I think was 1984. And another track on that album is called Hold On To Love. And this was the first Gary Moore album I ever owned, and then kind of went backwards and discovered his work with Thin Lizzy and so on and so forth. You know, it's no secret on this channel that I am a massive fan of Gary. Hold On To Love is another one of my favourite songs off that Victims of the Future album, and that was my interpretation of the solo from it. Let's take a little bit of a look under the hood and see what's going on in the solo.
Solo explanation.
Okay, so beginning as always by taking a look at the chord sequence the solo is played over. Here it is. So we're in D minor basically, and we're going to be using various patterns of D minor pentatonic as the basis for the solo, with one extra note added in, and we'll go through, we'll see what that is as we go through the licks. But we're going to be starting down here in position 4 of D minor pentatonic, like this, by sliding up to the A note at the 7th fret on the D string. And then we play, and that's like the little motif that is sort of reused in the second half of the solo as well. Always a good idea to come up with a catchy little lick like that, just something simple and memorable that you can restate a number of times to make a solo sound catchy. So we get, and then, now, basically what we're doing there is we're just adding the E note, the 9th, into the D minor pentatonic. We can do that because it's part of the D natural minor scale, which all of the chords, apart from the A7, in that chord sequence come from. The A7 is what we call a secondary dominant chord. I've done a video on those in the past, and I'll put a link in the description. So, then, and then we're bending the F up to the G there because we've arrived at the A7 chord, which has a G note in it, and then very Gary Moore-y kind of little twiddle there. And then this is equally Gary as well. He could have just left it there, resolving onto that D note there, but he comes down here and goes. like that, resolving onto the D note down here. You could make the point that he's in that position 3 of the D minor pentatonic. It's just the way that I tend to visualize things. Then you're basically 50% of the way through the solo once you've got to there. And what we do, that memorable little motif that we started off with, here it is. We now play it an octave higher. And one way that you can, kind of mitigate the effects of maybe thinking, well, is that just going to sound a little bit too repetitive, is to play it differently. So that A note that we slid to here, not only are we moving it up an octave, but we're bending to it as well. And then, so, becomes like that. So just, making it sound similar or the same even, but different, a higher octave, and using different phrasing techniques to attain the pitches that we're going for. Then remember this little bit? Well, we do that exact same thing an octave higher again. And then bending that F when we did that down there. We're just doing an octave higher. Then we go to the big climactic finish of the solo. Like this. So bending up to the G note here at the 20th fret up to the A. And then concluding on the C to D bend at the 20th fret on the first string. Interestingly, what I've noticed about Gary in several of his more, shall we say, tuneful, melodic solos like this, the Empty Rooms solo has a similar thing here, where the rest of the band is just playing in kind of eighth notes, or kind of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and he will just put a lead guitar part in that's based on triplets, and that's this bend here. Like that. That's basically 3 notes and evenly spaced across a span of 2 beats. So then he kind of... But it's those first 3 notes, like that really give it a sense of urgency and a sense of impact. So if you want to get something that's just going to make your lick stand out a little bit, then get a metronome and practice triplets, evenly, like that. You can hear how that's fitting into that phrasing. But that is the solo. Beautifully simple solo, very accessible for pretty much anyone that's even a relatively new student of playing lead guitar. As long as you've got things like string bends, hammer-ons and pull-offs under your belt, then you can have a go at this one. I did it. As I say, it was the second Gary Moore solo I learned, and and it felt me a sense of achievement. Yeah, I can play a Gary Moore solo. So there it is, the solo from Hold On To Love. Now you know what to do. Go away and have some fun with it. And as always, you'll find a full tab for the solo in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing it, that explanation you've just seen there, and a jam track, or the backing track anyway, for the solo to play along with yourself. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address. Link is in the description, and as regular viewers will no doubt know, $3 a month, or roughly £3 depending on the exchange rate, gets you access to all of these goodies that go along with these YouTube videos. And of course, a massive thank you to everyone who supports me in that, or any of the other ways, all of which are downstairs in the description. There's a tier 2 Patreon membership where you get all that stuff, but you also get a twice monthly hangout with me and some extra video content that I put up on Patreon as well. So thank you to everyone who helps me keep the lights on around here. Much appreciated. And that is it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and if that's the case, then please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream every Friday, regular as clockwork, 5 PM UK time. We drink beer and talk about music and guitars and many other things, basically. It's beer and chat on a Friday. What's not to like about that? It's a fantastic way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.